Hi, it is Monica. It is July 1st as of recording this, but it's most likely not July 1st when you are watching this, unless you're watching it in 2026, which then hello. It is time for my wrap-up video for the books that I read between May and June, and I've been going on this streak where it's like averaging 6 books a month. I hit a somewhat sort of slump. I'm not at that anymore. Hold on, I need to do math. Now at 5.3 books a month, so still close. It was my birthday in May, so I did acquire many a book between May and June, because also I wanted to get books in June. Let us go and we can go through the books first of what I read between May and June. The first 3 books that I read, they are all part of a series. They're part of the Cocky Kingman series by Amy Award. And so the books are The Cock Down the Block, The Wiener Across the Way, and The Pussy Next Door. Got these books. This book was, I had seen it on Instagram, plus size romance, plus size author, and the whole Cock Down the Block, she owns a pet rooster. So I thought the whole animal part was funny, and then I realized, oh, there's a second book coming out. Then there's a third book. There's a 4th book, and I think the 5th book is out now. And there's also a novella about the family's dad. It follows like all these brothers, this football family. And so there's like a novella about their dad, and there's like a Christmas book. So I thought it was it's a cute little read. She owns chickens, roosters. She has a wiener dog, and she has a pet cat. So it's very cute. So far it's the women own the animals, and then the man is an animal. Very glad that I have finally read these, and so I'm going to be maybe asking my family for Christmas to get me the other ones, because they got me these 2 for Christmas. So maybe I'll get the whole set soon. The next book that I read this one in May. I did read there are like 2 little novellas that come with it. One you're supposed to read like at the very beginning of the book, and the other one takes place in the middle of the book. So you could read them whenever. I decided to read them where they take place in the story. And so I kind of read them all at the same time. But the next book is Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Nouvelle. This story follows a girl, her name's Rose, and she's 12, she's riding a bike, and she falls into this hole. And in the hole, there's this giant robotic hand. Nobody knows where it's from. Nobody knows how it got there. Years later, she's now a scientist, and she gets put on this team to further investigate this hand and what it means and where it came from. And so it's a sci-fi book. It is written in mixed media, so it's in like interview transcripts, personal diaries, news clippings, like military reports. So it was very interesting read, going through all that, trying to also figure out, what this hand was and what they were finding out about it and all the people that they were bringing in. And it made it a quick read because, you're just following along in a transcript. And there's only one character that's not named, and that is the person who's like collecting all of the files. And so the person who's doing the interviews, and you don't know who they are. And I can't wait to figure out who they are. And my library has the other 2 books, because I got this from, I think, the free little library that was at my office when I still lived in New Hampshire. So I don't have the other 2. My library does. Last time I checked, somebody had the second one out already. So I may need to put a hold on it if it's still not there. But I am very intrigued and ready for whatever the second book has. The next book, and the first book that I read in June, is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. So this book follows August, who moves to New York, trying to figure out what she wants to do with her life, going to school again, and she meets this girl, Jane, on the subway. And turns out, she discovers that Jane is from the 1970s and is stuck on this subway car. Can't get off the subway car, can't just, like, it's not that she's stuck to the subway, she's stuck to the subway car, like this specific line, the queue. And so August sets it upon herself to try and figure out why and get her back to her time. And there's a little bit of romance. I like this book. I thought it was okay. I didn't like it as much as other people did. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this book on my shelf with me, but I did enjoy it nonetheless. I do have another Casey McQuiston book that I'm going to be reading. We'll see if I keep that one. But for now, I did enjoy this book. I just don't know if I'm keeping it. The last book that I read between May and June, so the last book I read in June, was Cold Case Witness, and this is by Sarah Varland. This book is tiny. It's one of the smallest books I own, size-wise. And I got this at a library book sale back home. It is a Harlequin novel, part of this, like, Love Inspired thing. It's something that, like, you get these mailed to your house. Like, you get 1 or 2 mailed to your house every month. And part of me wants to see if it's still going on, because there is an order form in the back of this book. And it says I can get 2 free books and 2 free gifts, and then I can cancel it and not get more books and not have to pay for the books. So I may do that, because there's no like deadline. Is there? Hold on. I'm gonna look into this and see if I can. But this book is about a woman named Gemma who, when she was like a senior in high school, she witnessed a crime and, you know, testified, made people go to jail, and the whole town like vilified her for it, because part of her story the cops never like investigated further on. She was like, I swear I heard like a murder, and everyone's like, but there was no murder, so obviously you didn't hear it. She was like, I was 5 feet away from them, I heard it. She had left right after high school, and now she's coming back because she lost her job. She's living with her sister, and something happens, and it's connected to the case. And the cop who takes the case is the son of one of the men she put away. And they basically have an attraction from the first chapter. Hot damn. The book just went really fast, and I thought it was okay. I didn't see the twist of like who the bad guy was. That very much shocked me. But at the end there were like too many plot twists. I was like, wait, huh? Whoa, I haven't recovered from this one. Please calm down. And then the thing that, what's his name, Matt? Yes, Matt, the officer. This is going to be a spoiler. Skip, if you don't want to hear it. I don't much care for proposing to a woman who you've only been talking to for like a week and a half, not even officially dating, you've only kissed twice, and you propose to her mere hours after she was almost murdered. She's still wet from the river that she fell in, because she had to swim away from someone trying to shoot her. She had a gun pointed at her back, and just a few hours later, you have the whole town at your house for a barbecue, and you propose to her. I wouldn't have said yes if I was her. Sir, I'm traumatized. Those were technically the 8 books, 6 physical ones, that I read. Yes, I'm counting those little... They're not even novellas. They're like short stories. I'm counting those. Fight me. That I read between May and June. And I purchased, I think, double that. We'll go in sections of when/how I got them. First 3 books I got because I went with my friend to Barnes & Noble for no other reason other than we just wanted to go, and it was May, so I said, I don't care, I'm gonna buy books. And I got 3. I got a book which I had seen for a while and I've been interested in, but every time I went to a store, they had books like 2, 4, 5, 3 of the series instead of book 1. But that is The Bridge Kingdom by, what is her name? Daniel L. Jensen. It's a very pretty cover. I've been wanting to read this, so I'm glad that they had a copy. I think it was the last one. And I also bought Angie Kills a King. This one I heard about on Daniel Green's YouTube channel, and it just sounded like a very interesting story about like an unlovable main character. Last one I bought at that one, I got it because I loved This Is How You Lose the Time War so much, but I got The River Has Roots by Amal El Mokhtar, and this is a story about folklore and sisterhood, so it very much intrigued me. Also, I love the cover. It's stunning. So very excited about this. It's also a very short book, so when I get to read this one, I hope it won't take me long. The next one I technically did not buy. Oh my god, how'd you open the door? I thought I shut it. It was a gift from my sister when we did our little shopping together. You can see us go through all of the things that we bought each other in the vlog that I posted about that. But I got How to Stay Productive When the World is Ending, Productivity, Burnout, and Why Everyone Needs to Relax More Except You. This is by the Reductress, which is satirical website. So I just thought it was kind of an interesting, humorous read. So I'm gonna read it because I also don't know how to handle the world right now, and I think this could help me. So we may be picking this up soon. Next 3 books, I spent a total of $5 on all 3 of these because my local library was having a book sale, so I went. The first book I got was Fanny Flagg's A Redbird Christmas. Now, I own 2 of Fanny's books. Have I read them? No, but it was a Christmas read, so I wanted to pick it up, and they had 2 copies of it there. I said, why not? Next, I got this book. There are multiple stickers on this book. This book has been passed around, but I got Don't Let Go by Harlan Coben, and I remember reading a book of his in high school. I don't remember what the book was about. I don't think it was this one. Maybe it will be. But I read it with my friend Ashley because she really liked it, so I read it. And then I have watched one of his movie based off of one of his books that is French. It's called Ne dis pas en passant, Tell No One. And that movie was really great. I liked it. I want to own the movie. I figured I would give another Harlan Coben book a go, see if I still like it. The next one, I'm not entirely sure what this book is. It's called Japanese Style. It's the Book of Days. It doesn't look like it looks like there's multiple authors. I don't know, but it seems that every page is, so it's a week. So we have February, this is February 8th through the 14th on one side, and then on the other side, it's a picture with a little description. And I had flipped through the beginning of it. I didn't read this part, so I'm going to afterwards, but I also thought the pictures were very pretty. It goes through like the whole year, so I'm gonna read it, and then I think this is something that maybe I will tackle next year. You know, see if it's a little project that I can do. So if you've ever had one of these, or if you do have one of these and you want to tell me about it, please do. I'd love to know more about this because it's so cool. The next 2 books that I bought was because for my birthday, Barnes & Noble sent me a $5 off coupon, and both of these little novellas were $7 each. And the $5 coupon also worked with my 10% off membership. So I bought both of them. And they're both by the author Gillian Graves. These are both plus-size romances. She's a plus-size author that I have been wanting for a while, but these are never in store. You can like only get them online, or if I went to her website, which like I could have, but I didn't. I got Blood Moon and then The Stone and the Star. This one is about a witch and a vampire romance. And this is a woman falling in love with a gargoyle creature. Listen, I don't know. I think the covers are pretty. So fight me. I wanted them. Next book I bought, we went to Barnes & Noble for my friend Lexa's birthday, and it is a book that she wanted. She was like, this is like 100% I need to buy this book while we're there. And I was interested as well because it's like time jumps, time travel. It's not time travel, but it takes place in like 3 different times following characters. It is Sapphic and Vampires. Bearer Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I've never read a V.E. Schwab book at all. My roommate just finished The Secret Life of Addie LaRue, which I have been interested in for a while. I just have not read it. It's also the signed edition, so it's signed, which is pretty fun. All I know about this book is that Sapphic romance, and it takes place in 3 different time periods. The last 2 books, I did not buy these. I was helping my friend Lexa go through her books in her house because she just moved. And I was helping her set up her library. And I found books that she had duplicates of. And she said, I don't need 2 of them. You take them. So we have A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden, which actually at a bookstore, the bookseller recommended this book to me and I didn't pick it up. I don't know why, but now I have it. And then also by Melissa Blair, we have A Broken Blade. I also don't necessarily know what this book's about, but I'm pretty sure this is the one that was like the anonymous TikTok author, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. I will have to do a little bit of research. So those were the books that I purchased, was gifted, and read during May and June. If you've read any of the books that I've mentioned, let me know down below. Let me know if there's anything that I should be warned of before going into any of them. Let me know your feelings on any of the books that I read, or if I should keep one last stop on my shelf. Fight for it in the comments, but I will see you in another new video soon. A bientôt!